This is a recording of the FRE Library webinar for beginning and intermediate French. The purpose of this webinar is to introduce you to the library and resources that will help you throughout your time at NOVA, and specifically with your coursework for French. My name is Heather Blicker, and I'm the Eli Librarian, which means I'm the librarian for all online classes offered through NOVA. I'm here to support you, so even if you can't go to a physical NOVA library, you can contact me. If you'd rather talk over the phone or virtually, email me and we'll set up an appointment. I try to answer all emails within 24 hours on weekdays. You can also contact me in the Ask Your Librarian discussion forum, which you can find within your French course. If you have a last-minute question or need help in a hurry, you can use the 24/7 Ask a Librarian chat. I'll show you where to find this on the library's website in a moment. Here's what we'll be covering: quick highlights of the library website, plagiarism and citations, Google versus the library, including using the catalog and library databases like Academic Search Complete and Films on Demand. We'll start at NOVA's library website. The first thing I want to point out is the section called For Students. Although you're an online student, you still have access to any of the campus libraries. You can find the hours and locations, request items to be held at the closest library for you to pick up, reserve group study rooms, and other helpful information. I'd like to point out the Citation Help and Plagiarism link. This is a great spot to remember for quick help. Another highlight is in the gray box called Ask a Librarian. Click on the 24/7 chat link and a widget appears. This truly is a 24/7 service and is even staffed on college holidays. A cooperative network of libraries runs the chat service, so you may not always connect with a NOVA librarian, but they will do their best to help and send a message to NOVA librarians if we should follow up with you. Before we move on, let's go back to the Citation Help and Plagiarism link. What is plagiarism? The simple definition: plagiarism is copying an author's work and passing it off as your own. Plagiarism.org goes into great detail with examples of plagiarism, including turning in someone else's work as your own, copying words or ideas and not giving credit, and failing to use quotation marks. The most common instances of plagiarism are completely accidental and preventable. The best way to avoid plagiarism is to learn about citations and to ask questions. Ask for help from your instructors, librarians, and other free student services like tutoring. We're all here to support you because we want you to succeed. What is a citation? A citation is the way you tell your readers that certain material in your work came from another source. It also gives your readers the information necessary to find that source again. There are several styles of citations, and in your course, you will be using MLA citation style. Use the citation guide here for basic guidance, and if you need more detail, I highly recommend OWL or Purdue's Online Writing Lab, specifically the section on MLA. Do you Google? Everyone does, it's a part of our culture. But I want to show you alternatives to Google, and as I show you, I'll point out the advantages. For example, if I'm looking for help with French grammar, I'll type French and grammar in the Google search box, and I end up with over 39 million results. Some of these might be great sources of information, but how do you sort through all of this to find what you need? For example, the site Babbel requires a monthly subscription. Other sites appear homemade or are scattered with advertisements selling products, and it's difficult to tell who created the sites. Now let's go to the library catalog and search for the same keywords. From the library's homepage, you'll automatically be at the Books and eBooks tab. You can search for almost anything from the one search box. Let's take a look at some of the items. The book French Grammar and Usage says that multiple versions are found. When I click on Locations, it shows 2 versions published in different years and where they are located. Click on Details to find out more info about the book and to see if you want to use it. Click on Request this item to log in and have it sent to whichever campus library is closest to you. If I scroll over to Tools and down to Citation, I can copy and paste the book citation to a Word document for my Works Cited page. There are other ways to search for French titles as well. Look at the options on the left under Limit My Results. If you select Available Online, only those items that are available online will appear. The book Practicing French Grammar, a Workbook, is listed as available online. I can click on the Details tab to get more info. See the subject terms listed. You can click on these to try taking your search in a different direction. For example, I'm going to click on French textbooks for foreign speakers, and I get taken to a completely different search result. If you're using the ebook from home, when you view online, it will ask you to log in with your MyNova username and password. Let's do one more search. Go back to the Nova Library's homepage, and we'll do a keyword search for French and culture. Scroll down to the language category, and we can select French. I want to point out that you can find streaming videos in the catalog. Select View Online and open in a new window. And remember, if you're not on campus, you'll log in with your MyNova username and password. Most of the online streaming films are from a database called Films on Demand. What's nice about this is you can watch an entire film or just one segment. It also generates the citation for you. Now we'll look at library databases. A database is a collection of thousands of articles all in one location. Academic Search Complete is a database I use for almost all classes. The search has over 10,000 results. However, unlike Google, if you look to the left to refine results, there are 3 easy steps you can take to hone in on the information you're looking for. Check off full text. When you limit results to full text, it ensures your results include only the articles that are complete and accessible, as opposed to only an abstract or a summary. Depending on the course and assignment, your instructor may want you to only use scholarly or peer-reviewed articles. These articles are published in scholarly journals and have to go through an extensive peer review process. But because this will exclude newspaper and popular magazines, I'm not checking this box. To find current articles, I will limit the publication date to 5 years. You can limit your search even further. I'll say I only want magazines and newspapers, and only articles written in English. You can see that with each refinement to the search, the number of results goes down. Now it's up to you and your critical thinking skills to determine how to refine your search using more keywords. Let's try clicking on one of the articles. This is the detailed record page. You can see the source of the article, year, and page numbers. Browse the subject terms for ideas and inspiration to change up your search. Read the abstract before clicking on the HTML or PDF full text, just to make sure the article is what you're looking for. If you decide to use this article, look to the right side of the screen at Tools. Here you can print, email, or save the article to a flash drive. And finally, you can generate the article citation. Remember to use MLA citation style. This next database is more for fun practice than anything else. We'll find it in alphabetical order by clicking on Databases A to Z, As long as you're a Nova student, Mango Languages is free to you. Create your free account and then you can download the app on your smartphone. You can see from the titles of the courses, these are meant to be informal, so less about completing assignments and perhaps more about having some fun while having interactive help with pronunciation. I introduced you to this last database during our catalog searches. We'll go to Databases A to Z and search for Films on Demand. Scroll down to Browse Subjects, and then we'll look for the category called World Languages. You'll find hundreds of educational films all in one spot. We can narrow the search to French, and there are over 900 titles. You can find the information we covered today and more within this online library guide. You can find this online guide by going to the library's homepage and clicking on the Research Guides tab. For more videos and tutorials on various topics, check out Nova Library's YouTube channel. Feel free to contact me throughout the semester and I'll be happy to help. Remember to look for the Ask Your Librarian discussion forum in your FRE course, and you can find my contact information, post directly to the forum with a question, and see helpful posts on many of the topics covered in this webinar.